And welcome to week 6 of distance learning. In this video, I'm going to be going over the assignments and activities for this week. So as per usual, even though it is a shorter week, on Tuesday and Wednesday, scholars will be doing their teacher assigned lessons on iReady for Ready Reading and Ready Math. And then Thursday and Friday, they're going to be focusing on their differentiated MyPath lessons. For Ready Reading, we're continuing on with Central Message. We started those lessons last week about what the moral of the story is, specifically looking at fables and folk tales. We're continuing on with that learning this week. For independent reading, we are going to be focusing on nonfiction texts for the Power Goal. But that doesn't mean that they can only read nonfiction texts this week. So if your scholar is interested in other genres as well, they can read in other genres. If they're reading a chapter book right now, they can definitely continue on with that chapter book, but I do encourage them to spend a little bit of time with that nonfiction text, getting a familiarity with that genre, and it will help them with their Power Goal this week. That being said, for the Power Goal Journal, this week, scholars are focusing on finding academic or domain-specific vocabulary words in their nonfiction texts. These are words that are used in specific subject areas, so math, science, etc., and using context clues to try and figure out what the meaning of that word is. And it's not enough to just guess the meaning. You have to tell me what makes you think that. So we're really trying to get scholars to connect what's happening in the text, what's happening in the story, and making those inferences about new words. And that's going to build their skills as readers. They are going to begin the writing assignment today, and it will be due on Thursday. The writing assignment is a culmination of what we've been working on thus far with the animal research project, becoming experts about your animal. So last week they did their research on the National Geographic Kids website, and they're going to take what they built into their graphic organizer and turn it into a published paragraph, which they will be turning in this week. There is an example, and I'll be going over what that looks like when we get to the Canvas site. For math, this week it's going to be area and using multiplication to find area, and I'll be posting a video about multiplication area later on this week. And then they will continue on with their MyPath lessons on Thursday and Friday as per usual. Science, we're continuing on with our exploration of the animals, variation, traits, and survival. This week it is a lesson called Animal Groups and Survival. For music, please see the email from Mrs. Kim, PE, see the email from Mr. Schlade. For art/music this week, I have included a link to a website that will allow you to create your very own song by layering beats, so you can kind of put yourself in the shoes of a music producer. It's very, very fun. And I'll show you that when we get to Canvas, and then the read aloud, listen to the posted read aloud. All right, let's take a look at Canvas. I'm going to have it on student mode, so it looks like the interface that you would see when you sign into Canvas. If you click here on Week at a Glance, you will be redirected to the Week at a Glance, the English and Spanish PDFs, and this is where the video explanation that I'm recording now will go. You can either navigate to this week's assignments, which will take you to the modules, or back to the home page. Let's go to the home page for now. So this is the introduction. iReady Reading is shown how it has been with the to-do list for Tuesday and Wednesday's assignments when it's due. And if you want to watch this video, it's a very fun, engaging brain pop about what Central Message is if you need a little bit of a review. Then our Power Goal Journal this week, you'll click on the day and it will take you to the quiz. Here I explain exactly what I just said, and then before you start looking for your academic words, you can watch this video in which I do an example of how to use context clues to find the meaning of academic words. I would watch this before you start the actual quiz. And as an example, if you don't need it, then you can go ahead and do it without. So let's go back to modules. This is the writing assignment, and we're just continuing on with what we've been doing. So writing, revising, and publishing. I did an example here, taking the example from before on the bullfrog and turning it into a published paragraph before you turn it in. Please make sure you read over it. You have your capitalizations. You have your periods in the right place. Make sure it looks nice and ready to be turned in. That's a part of publishing as an author. And math looks the same. And science. There is no extension with the science this week. It's just the online mystery science lesson, and then you'll see there's a link to the student field journal. What you'll do is you'll click on that link, and it's going to ask you to make a copy so you can fill it in on your own. You're going to press make a copy. And then you're ready to rock and roll. This is your field journal, and you can type directly into these Google Slides, which is pretty cool. And back to modules. And here is the fun sort of art/music activity or specialist this week. So I'll read out what it says here. Ever been curious about how your favorite songs get made? Ooh, there's a typo there. Today, music producers start with recorded beats that they either create or sample from other musicians. They layer these beats to create the songs we hear on the radio. Now here is your chance to step into the music studio. So you'll click on this link here. And I've spent some time with this too. I think it's really fun. Then you'll choose which one. These I think are locked, but the top ones are free. It's loading. But once it loads, you'll see these little avatars of these characters that they have here. And you click on an avatar and it starts making a beat or a sound or a noise. So that can be the bottom layer. And you keep building it up. You can take things away. You can turn it off. Yeah, it's just something kind of fun to experiment with. Me and my sister spent at least an hour playing around with it, so it's really fun. Hope you enjoy that. If you have any questions about the assignments this week, please let me know. I am available by email or using Remind if that's most convenient for you. The last thing that I'm going to say is that we did not, unfortunately, meet our goal last week, but that's okay. We came really, really close. Let me just show you what the classroom goal is for this week. So we have to keep upping our game every single week. So this week, I'm encouraging 80% of scholars, 16 students, to complete all of their ready math and ready reading. I know we can do this. 16 for both. We're really consistent with math, but not always reading. Please get on there. Please help out your classmates so we can enjoy another classroom reward. We have an updated list. So the whole class reward this week, if we achieve it, 16 students in both math and reading, a special guest visit on Zoom, a Zoom scavenger hunt, that's new, Teachers Got Talent where I perform for you, Students Got Talent where you all perform for each other, or a science experiment demonstration that you can do at home. You get to choose which one of these classroom rewards that we get to enjoy if we are able to reach our goal, and I know that we can. All right, have a wonderful week, everyone. I miss you so much, and I will see you on Thursday for our class Zoom. I hope to see everyone on. Bye bye.